Hey guys, it is HerO from DifferenceInSkill, and this is going to be a new a segment that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be called HerO Plays Randoms on Cardfight Capital. So yeah, this should be interesting. Had a little trouble there setting up the game. We both kind of challenged each other at the same time, and then we both accepted at the same time. But there we go, we got it fixed up. It's good to go. Okay, so he's going to be playing Snowgal, Royal Paladins. And I will be playing Goku Kagero because Goku Kagero is a good deck. And anybody that thinks that Blazing Flare is better, yeah, it's not really any better, no, not at all. I'm just going to show my amazing opening hand of 3 draw triggers because that's what the pro I am. And then I just mull everything because that's just a god-awful hand. And I draw a Hallam, Berserk, another trigger, another trigger, another trigger. Okay, so at this point I'm like, well, fuck, I have no grade 3, no grade 1. I tell him that his hand is bad, and he's nice enough to let me remull, and I appreciate that, so thank you. Sime JJI% Manzuku. Thank you for letting me remull. So I mull the triggers back, and I managed to draw another Berserk because I needed more of those, another trigger, and a grade 1, so I'm like, okay, you know what, this is fine, I'll play this up. So I ride the HerO. Good shit. Writing HerO's good shit. It's not actually not good shit. He reads a perfect guard, so I'm like, okay, it's at this point I'm thinking it's Majesty Lord. Yeah, that's what I thought. It checks the Blaster Blade. So yeah, I'm still thinking it's Majesty Lord, so you know, it's a pretty legitimate build so far. And then he rides Garmal. And this is when I see that, oh, he's playing Snowgal Royal Paladins. Now the thing about this, he misplayed here because he discarded a Snowgal in his hand to get another Snowgal. He's playing against Kagero. Chances are that I'm going to destroy a Snowgal here and there once in a while. So, I mean, you only run 4, you want 3 to get full power, and yeah, he messed up by ditching the other Snowgal. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. But okay, yeah, so he misplays. Call the bar to, you know, completely exploit his grade 2 8K. Swing. He lets it through, which is a misplay in my opinion. He should have guarded for 5. If his hand allowed, of course. 15 on 8. Check the Goku, which is good check. Gets a heal trigger, so you know. So yeah, once again, he's taking damage early, like I've said a bunch of people, you know, on Beyond and whatnot would do. And yeah, you guys like try to guard early, like it's best. So he rides Pendragon number 1. We're gonna count how many Pendragons he rides in this game. Pendragon number 1. You can't check top 5 because it's limit break, so it's just 2. Easy 2 damage. So he gains a 5k though. It's kind of good, but you know, swinging for 20. Ooh, OP 20 on my 2k, 10k in a Hallam. But I mean, I'm at 1 damage, so no guard. Look at all the effects I give. And he checks. Checks Blaster Blade Snuggle. I got a draw trigger because I'm really good at this game, and I put the power on the bar because I didn't want to lose the bar because I had no boosters. And I draw another solid Goku, which is good shit. And is he going to attack my Vanguard again for 15? I'm not going to draw another draw trigger. Oop, looks like I'm really good at this game. He misplayed. Oh no, he didn't misplay, but yeah, I got 2 free draw triggers. And I ride the Goku. I move Berserk back, call Berserk, Counterblast 2, pop a Snowgal. Yeah, Snowgal in the back. For those of you players that, you know, what's the difference between the Snowgal on the left, Snowgal on the right? Well, the Snowgal on the left is a better choice because it's actually they have an attacker up there. If I kill the Snowgal on the right, it's not that big of a deal, but then you know that allows them to keep their column on the right. So if I kill the Snowgal on the left, I'll leave holes in their field where they have to fill with their hand. So yeah, I check absolutely nothing. And he gets a draw trigger, so he's also pretty good at this game. So I swing with the Berserk on the Garmal. At this point, I don't really care, just taking out his field. On my turn, yep. So my hand at this point is fucking huge. Actually, did I use HerO's effect? I did not use HerO's effect. Okay, so I should have used HerO's effect and ditching that extra Goku in my hand to draw another card. So yeah, guys, use HerO. HerO's a good card. There's a reason why you run it in this deck, so you know you get rid of all the excess grade 3s that you're gonna get with Goku. But yeah, he calls Blaster Blade, kills my Berserk because that's all he can kill. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me. I have 2 more in my hand. Why do I give a fuck? Okay, so he calls Blaster. He's swinging for 15, swinging for 15. And so I'll guard for 10. And at this point I'm guarding for 10. I was like, why don't you just take it and hope you get a trigger? Well, that's because I have 3 damage. And if I took that attack, then I would have 4 damage. And that means that I would most likely have to guard the Vanguard attack. So if I'm at 3 damage and it's an easy 10k guard, then I'm just going to 10k guard it and then just take the Vanguard attack. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, Kimnara, call, add to soul, Counterblast Swan, kill the other Snowgal. And so yeah, at this point I'm looking pretty good. Call Nahalam. And okay, so I move the bar up because I want to take out his Marin because I'm a greedy fucker. And yeah, and I attack Blaster Blade with Nahalam. I should have attacked the Vanguard, no, whatever. Okay, so I attack with Goku. I mean, his field is bare. Grade 3, pew, Wingull Brave dies. So that's why Goku is so good. And pew, heal trigger, so I get to heal Airmail's effect. Allows me to ditch that Dragonic Overlord that I just checked, or even the Goku that I could have checked before. And so I ditched that Goku draw card. It's good shit. And yeah, my hand is still at 9 cards. You know, 9 card is okay. You know? Okay, so he's gonna ride Pendragon number 2, another plus 5,000. This is why Pendragon is really good. He's at 4 damage, so he checks the 5 cards and he gets 4 triggers and an Akane. So clearly, good use of Pendragon's ability. No, it's not. He would have checked a crit and a heal if he hadn't used its effect. Just saying, you know, just saying. So yeah, puts the cards back, calls a Marin, attacks my bar. I kind of want to keep that, so I just use just X 5k shield. Swings for 21. I'm just perfect guarded, no problem. Oh wait, no, never mind, I no guarded. Ha, I'm just kidding, guys. I realized I'm at still at 3 damage because I'm good at this game. Oh, he gets critical trigger, and then I'm like, oh, he doesn't get another one. Puts the power on the Alfred early, and doesn't check anything after that, so that's good for me. And I damage check Kimnara and body de Gado, yes, and 15k Alfred early. It's blocked by 10k shield easy, so I draw. Move bar back. Counterblast 2 for Berserk Dragon, kill the last remaining Snowgal. And I have another bar to boost my Nahalam. So this one, you know, I'm looking pretty good. Attack with Goku, he's not gonna guard, and I get a critical trigger because I'm really good at this game. And crit obviously on the Vanguard, powered in Berserk Dragon. And 5 cards in his hand. And he's going to damage check eventually. Hopefully very soon. Damage checks. Little Summer. And the last Pendragon, of course, because you can't go wrong with more Pendragons. So yeah, GG. And that's the end of that one. And now we have a second game here. This one's going to be... I forgot what this guy runs. I believe he runs... what does he run? Oh, we're gonna see. We're gonna see very soon. So yeah, I'm going to have a decent hand. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best hand I would want, but yeah, it's okay. You know, I have my grade 1, 2, 3, so it's all good. I forgot what this guy plays. We shall see soon enough what he plays. Oh, he plays right, Novagraps. So he's playing Novagraps. I read the bar and put the corner on the back and return. He draws. He's gonna ride Twin Blader, I believe. Yes, he rides Twin Blader. And he's gonna check a critical trigger, I believe. Yes, because he's really good at this game. This guy's good. This guy, we're not dealing with a bad player here. Okay, he got a critical trigger. So I'm gonna ride Nahalam. I'm gonna call my Kimnara because I'm going to completely abuse the fact that he has a 6k Vanguard. Oh, I have also Nermo there. Oh wow. And here I misplay. I misplay because I should have attacked with an Nahalem first. Because if he gets a trigger on his damage check, then Kimnara boosted by Conroe can still hit him. But if he gets a damage trigger here, then I need a trigger to be able to hit him with Nahalem. But he ends up guarding anyways, so I'm fine with that. So 10 on 6, no guards. Could have taken, just checked the another 10 or something if he had one, but that's fine. I do get a heal trigger. It's good for me. Stands, draws. And he's gonna ride King of Sword. So King of Sword rides King of Sword, 10k, good card. Swings for 15 on my 10k, so I'm not gonna guard that. He checks a draw trigger. So once again, we're not dealing with a bad player here. He's checking well. So I do ride my Goku, because Goku's a good card, and I call it Airmo behind it. I start checking my deck for Conroe, because Conroe's also another good card. I believe I search out a bar, I think. Is that what I searched for? Yeah, bar, I get a bar. So I move the Kimnara behind, and I do call the Dragonic Overlord because it's the only attacker I have. And it's a good rear guard. It's a decent rear guard, 11k, so it's not bad. 16 on his 10. He's not gonna guard. I check a Dragon Knight Nahalem and the Doro Todiga. So I draw plus 5,000 on the Dragonic Overlord. And I use Airmo's effect because Airmo's a good card. Ditch that, Goku. And 22 on his Vanguard. And he gets a heal trigger. So once again, dealing with a good player here. He knows what he's doing. So he stands and draws. Yeah, this guy's good. This guy's good. So he's gonna ride Asura Kaiser. And he's gonna call another Asura Kaiser. So, yeah, Asura Kaiser's a decent card. Check a grade 3, you can stand something. So he's going to swing by himself, so easy 5k for me. I'm not going to take that. If I can guard it for 5, why would I take it? And he's 6 for 16 on the Vanguard. I'm not going to guard that, obviously. And he's going to check nothing. He's going to Death Army Guy, Tough Boy. I do get a draw trigger because I'm fairly good at this game as well. So I do get a draw trigger in the damage check. And my hand's pretty big. So I call the Berger. 10k intercept. I run it because I can't really think of any other grade 2 to run, in English. Because this is an English deck, so whatever. So I'm telling him that the counter to Kagero is to not play rear guards. That's a good play. So I check a draw trigger once again. Power on the Dragonic Overlord. And I swing for 22. Oh, and he checks on Azura Kaiser, by the way. That's a good play. That's not a good play. And, most of his hands are triggers, yeah, well. And he's gonna check a Tough Boy. And then I attack with Berger. He can guard for 10, which he does. It's a good play. And in my turn, stands and draws. He has 8 cards in his hand, but I have 9. But then again, I have a full field, and he only has 2 cards out. Calls a Beast Deity as your dragon. And here you realize that he was going to misplay because he was going to attack with the Vanguard first. Generally in overgrapplers you don't want to do that, so he's going to attack with the dragon first, because not only if the attack hits using White Tiger's effect, he can stand Azure Dragon, which I'm not going to let it hit. And then again, if he gets checks a grade 3, he can stand both Azure Dragon and then through its own effect, Death Army Guy stands as well. So he checks a Death Army Guy and a Tortoise, which is grade 2, so he gets Death Army Lady. So he checks 2 grade 2s, he gets no grade 3s, unfortunately, so he swings for 19 on my Dragonic Overlord. And I said, sure, have that. I don't really need it. I have a Berger and 2 Nahalems in my hand, so I'm good for those. Call another Berger, call Nahalem. In retrospect, I probably should have used Kimnara's effect to pop a couple of rear guards. Not sure why I did that. Oh, but I don't need to because, I just check a grade 3 and pew behind the Vanguard. So now that White Tiger's gone, Azure Dragons, it's not that big of a threat anymore because to stand and whatnot. Then I get a critical trigger, and I put it all on Berger. He has to guard for 15. And then swing for 16 with Nahalem. On his rear guard. I'm not quite sure why I did that. I guess because he had few cards in his hand, I wanted him to use up as many cards as possible, because I knew at that point, since he was at 4 damage, he would have just taken the attack. So I guess he wanted to, use cards to replenish his field. So he attacks once again my Berger. So, Butcher's done his job, he's taken an attack away from my Vanguard, and, then again, it's the same thing, it's just me intercepting it with it had he attacked my Vanguard. He's going to start taking out my rear guards, not quite sure why, but okay, and, I'm going to have plenty of cards in my hand to replenish, it's not that big of a deal for me. And, now he swings, and now I can just let it hit, because White Tiger is not a threat anymore. He checks a Bestiality Azure Dragon, so Death Army guys, Death Army Lady, and something of his choice stands. And I do believe he's going to stand a Tough Boy. Yeah, he stands a Tough Boy. And, it really makes no difference. And he gets a draw trigger, puts the power on Tough Boy, I assume. So I damage check an HerO. I'm sorry, on Tough Boy. Yeah, on Lady, same thing, same column. And then he's going to swing. I'm going to need 15k to guard this, which I'm obviously not going to use, so I'm just going to let it hit. So, he's even up the damage pretty quickly to 5 to 4. So I take that as well, check a bar. I'm going to draw, Counterblast 1, Chimera to Soul, and I'm going to start, just killing his rear guards. I kill the Death Army guy behind the Dragon, and I kill the Death Army guy behind Vanguard as well. So, he's hurting for cards. He's low on cards, he's also, doesn't have any boosters anymore. And, so yeah. So I call, so my hand's pretty good, I have about 60k in shield. So yeah, I attack a Lady with Dragonic Overlord. Basically I'm just trying to decrease the amount of sack that he can do with his deck. Or just simply, force another 5k. Because, if Death Army Lady stays, and then every time he checks a grade 3 it stands, and when you have 5 damage, that's kind of dangerous. So I get a heal trigger, which is good. And I get a critical trigger, which is also pretty good, that's pretty decent as well. So I put the crit on the Vanguard, power on the Holland, and he gets a heal trigger to 6 damage. A lot of people did that today against me for some reason. It was a little annoying, but what can I do? Swinging with on the Holland, for 28k, he needs 15k to guard, so it's forcing 3 cards out of his hand. All he had were 5k shield, unfortunately, and so yeah, he's hurting right now. He doesn't have boosters. He doesn't have. So I'm just gonna show him my hand. Take all hope away from him. That's only 80k. Only 80k in shield. So if he gets double critical and then stands his whole field again, maybe I'll have to use most of my hand. So yeah. So he's gonna basically go all in now. That's all he can do. Attacks the Death Army guy, Death Army Lady, by Tough Boy, easy 10k. Since I don't have any 5ks, I'm just gonna give him everything. He needs 3 triggers. Even if you put all in the Vanguard, it wouldn't go through. So yeah, his last hope really is, so he gets a critical trigger, a little hope. But at this point I'm actually more saying like, oh yeah, then it's actually worth to use a 10k shield. Doesn't check anything else, I just guard the Azure Dragon with that 10k shield. Draw a Bari. Kill his Death Army guy, Lady, god damn it. I'm such a sexist. Then I boost by HerO, Goku attacks. He's probably not gonna guard. Oh, no, okay, so he has enough cards in his hand still to throw down 15k. Oh, well, the 2 cards that he checked, of course. Critical trigger, all over there. Critical trigger, because I'm just really that good at this game, and I just double crit when it doesn't even matter. And I swing for 28. He gets 1 heal trigger, but he's gonna need 2 more to survive, and he ends up checking him Beast, Deity Azure Dragon, so, yeah. That's the game. And yeah, if you guys liked that, please do comment, rate, subscribe, and check out our giveaway video that's going on right now. Thanks. HerO's out.